Hello all my beautiful artist friends, and welcome back to Life Cues Week 22. And my book is bursting at the seams. As a matter of fact, I was debating doing it this week, just unbinding it and then binding it again. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. So what I've got here is just one of those big hair elasticy things. So I'm going to find the middle of my book because I used a 5-stitch Copic binding. And I just have to find where the middle is. I'm doing this on camera so you guys can see that there's no need to panic. You can undo these books and it's no biggie. I think that's the middle. Or is it this one? It's hard to tell. Actually, I'll just go from the back here. So you see I've got all these beads, and I'll save all this and put it back on. It's not as dramatic as it might seem, but I can't work because the book is getting so bulky. So I'm just going to try to get in between here where these bind. You see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Honestly, this is really easy to take apart. There's one. That should pull the whole thing apart. And then I'll just rebind it again when I'm finished. And I'll keep the elastic just simply to keep it in order. So I don't have to put the pages all back in order. So that's one good thing for dating your pages. So that you know what happened when. There's one string. This should come out too. Oh, there it is. Oh, good. It stayed on the beads. Cool. Not that that's going to be helpful. It's helpful right now for keeping it where it should be so I don't lose it. You know what I mean? But it won't be helpful. I'll have to restring them later. There. Simple as that. Just take the whole flipping thing apart. Because it's just, I can't work like that. There we go. So far you can feel it just loosen. Come on, puppy. Why aren't you coming out? This one doesn't, you know, if you didn't want the book to fall apart, it probably, whoa, there it goes. It probably would have. So because I have a bound in here, and a lot of times because you've been using adhesive for a lot of your pages, the adhesive sometimes goes into the holes and the strings get glued in. There we go. So here's my book out of the binding. And this is the page I want to work on. So for right now, I'm just going to, I'll take those out later. I'm just going to put this here for a second. I don't know why these are like that. They shouldn't be. Gonna do this for a sec just so I can get my book and the beads all sorted there, and I'll put those aside. There, all done. Dropped one. I'll pick it up in a minute. There. You can always put it all back together, no biggie. It's just going to make it easier for me to work. I'm just trying to figure out why this section is here. I didn't realize I had that many signatures in here, but I must have. I must have had two. This one and this one. Yeah. Yes, I did, because I had two strings of thread. So I had two signatures. What's so funny, though, they're both the same size, but look at this one being full and this one being not done yet. So the page that I am working on is this one right here. So what I'm going to do is slip it out. Okay, so I managed to get it all discombobulated. So I'm just going to take this page out here and put these all over to the side and making sure I keep everything all together, because that's my biggest concern, that the whole thing's going to fall apart. So yeah, this is much easier. I'm going to work on this page here. I'll cover up this side. So today our question is, which of your body parts are you trying to embrace? Okay? You notice I didn't say which body part do you hate, because I would hope that we are all trying to embrace the things that we don't like about our body. Like, nobody's perfect. Nobody has a perfect body. I don't care who you are. You don't have a perfect body. But sometimes there's things about your body that you are going to learn to embrace. I think that's a much nicer way of saying what part don't you like or that you hate or whatever. I'm just using spray adhesive off camera. This stuff is so good. I know it's probably not good for you because you inhale it, as I say that, but it's such cool stuff. I'm going to poke that down, and anybody that knows me well will know the answer to that question. Which of my body parts am I trying to embrace? Now, before I even say it, I went to the store yesterday. I told you guys I was losing weight. So I went to the store yesterday, and I went to, I was looking for a pair of those, I think they're skirts, like shorts and skirts together, and a really pretty white blousey top. I've been searching for that, and I found one. This lady was helping me in the store and everything, and so I told her my size, and she looks at me, she goes, no, I don't think that's your size. I think you're much smaller than that. And I'm like, I love you. Can I take you home and put you in my purse? Do you know what I'm saying? And pull her out and have her say that to me 25 times a day. So in my head, I'm like, well, that's nice of her to say, but she's so wrong. So she brings in the dressing room things that are all smaller than my size. And I'm like, oh, this is not going to be fun. Well, wasn't she right? So I have lost in the last, I want to say 2 years, because this has been a ongoing process, 2 dress sizes. So I felt some kind of good, okay? So, yeah. So I'm getting better at, learning to embrace the things that I don't like about myself. So my area that I don't really like, or that I'm learning to embrace, gotta say it that way, is my booty. Because it's always been, like, I've always called myself the letter S, like I'm a letter S. But now I'm starting to realize that having curves is like voluptuous. There's nothing wrong with that. And being curvy and having a booty and having hips and having boobs, and you know what I mean? It's voluptuous. If you start looking at those Rodin, I think it's Rodin, the artist, and the women that he used to draw and paint, they all had booties and bellies, and they were just considered beautiful and voluptuous. And so I think a lot of the reason why I'm changing is I think a lot of the advertising is changing too. Like, you're seeing more plus size women and just, like, I'm thinking voluptuous is the new black, At least that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying it's all about that base. So look at this rubber stamp I got when I was in Vegas in January. Look at the booties. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So yeah, I just stamped these ladies here, and I'm going to go ahead and color them up. I think I might use I'm not sure. Let me go get some watercolor crayons. I've got these really cool Neocolor watercolor crayons. I think they're from, I think it's Switzerland, I'm pretty sure, but they're supposed to be, they're wax crayons, but they're very water soluble. So let's see, we'll color their bathing suits. Look at her booty. Oh my goodness. It's just so amazingly luscious. And normally when hold on. Okay, so I colored all my babes and their booties. So now I'm going to take some Wink of Stella and give their bathing suits a little bit of pizzazz, because this just kind of glitters it up a little bit. Those colors are really, really vibrant. Those, what were they called? Well, you saw them. Those wax crayons. So nice. So I just used my aqua pen and colored them in. And now I will just put a little bit of glitter on there to bring attention to their back sides. There we go. So I'm just going to let this dry, and then I'm going to glue this down. And then I found this really cool washi tape. It's kind of black stuff, and I've had it for a long time, so I kind of want to use it because I'm afraid if you don't use this stuff, you know, it'll lose its stickiness. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm thinking of using some circular shapes on my page. So I have this container here. It's just full of all kinds of like cups if you want to make circles with paint and lids and stuff. So this is one of the lids from there. And this is from my Glossy Accents jar. And I've got some white paint over here. So I'm just going to make some circles just to add to the background, you know. Just give it a little bit of oomph and pizzazz. And I just love the look of circles, and because this background is so dark, they really pop in the white. When you're doing circles too, it's a really good thing if you start off the page because it gives more flow. If it starts off the page, it just looks, I don't know, it just looks better artistically, in my opinion. So now I'm going to go with the bigger lid. I didn't leave very much room for the big lid, did I? So I'll put one right here where this paper's covering. Good. Right about here. Fun. I want one over here. There, maybe I'll try, I think I'll take a piece of paper and sort of mask right here and take the smaller lid and just do that. Yeah, that's cool. And maybe right here. Cool. Because I want to be able to write in those two bigger circles. There. So my circles are all dry, so I'm going to use my cool white Signo gel pen. I love it. And I think I'm going to write in this top one here all about that base, because it is all about that base. I wonder if I should write it or print it. I think I'll print it. All about. And then one little trick I know, just a little decorative printing, if you put little dots on your letters, it gives it that sort of country folk whatever look to it. So I'll quickly go through here and do that on these. I suppose I could have stopped the camera. All about that base. And then I'm going to put down here acceptance. Yeah. Acceptance. A-C-C-E. Acceptance. Or no. What should I say? Yeah, acceptance. There we go. So acceptance, same thing with the letters. My stomach is growling. I'm not sure if you can hear that in the camera. And then I'm going to put the date, May 30th, right here. $2015. And again, more little dots. I don't know, it just kind of finishes the little letters off a little bit. And 2015. I can't believe it's already made. Like June is around the corner, hey? Like we have been having incredibly hot weather. I'm going to do some little doodles now just in here. Like it has been so hot. But then Richard was telling me that in India, it is 100, I believe 114 degrees and people are dying from the heat. And I actually YouTubed it, and yeah, there's a video, and it shows the asphalt literally melting from the heat. It's terrible. And then the weather in Texas is like crazy. It's like all over the world. And then the earthquakes in Nepal, like something's up, people. Not good. And I mean, yes, we're loving this warm weather, but it's not natural for us to be this warm at this time of the year. Not in this part of the country, that's for sure. Okay, and I'm going to put a few more little doodles down here. And you know what? I think that's going to be it for my page today. Really not that complicated. So it's all about, you know, self-acceptance and what area of my body that I'm learning to accept. My booty. Baby got back. Love this stamp. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm glad I used it in this, for this Life Cues. I think I might write Baby Got Back on here. Right down here. Baby got back. Because this baby here, she's got some back, all right. I kind of laugh sometimes when I look at the Kardashians and their bums, and you know what? Their booties are not naturally like that. I heard that they do liposuction on fatty areas of their body. So they suck the fat out and then they insert it into their butt. And in my mind, I'm like, why would you want your butt to look like that? But apparently, people think big butts are cool. So it's time for me to accept my booty in all its glory. So there is my page. I'm going to accept, I'm learning to accept my booty. See those booties? And it's all about that base, and Baby got back. So, thanks for watching, everyone. And I seriously cannot wait to see what your entries are. This is going to be fun. So we'll see you next week. Bye.